Pranjal, introduce yourself.
Sir, my name is Pranjal Chopade. I have come from a renowned town called Baramati, which is in Pune district of Maharashtra. I have done my graduation in electronics and telecommunication from College of Engineering, Pune. And after 2018, after being passing out, I did my job at Wipro Limited for 1 year. And later I started my preparation for UPSC Civil Service Examination and UPSC Forest Services Examination.
This is your second job.
Yes, sir, second.
Have you made mind to change the job?
Sir, there were a few factors which made me to think of changing the job. First of all, during my preparation in college itself, I felt that I can use my knowledge in better way. Also, second thing is that as being coming from agricultural and rural background, I thought that I can work in a better way in civil service and forest services. And during my job days also, I found that although it was a good job, it was well paying, and also I was satisfied with my job. I thought that I can contribute more to the society with the help of my knowledge.
You have completed your engineering, electronics and telecommunication. How do you think that it will be useful in the forest service?
Sir, first of all, as we see, the 21st century is a century of technology. So, starting with the use of electronics and telecommunication in forest service, first of all, we see currently the cheetahs, they are monitored with help of GPS transmitters and GPS locators. Second thing is regarding the monitoring of the afforestation activities in forest with help of various sensors. Third thing, regarding the mensuration of the forest, that is measurement of height, breadth, width, and calculation of productivity of forest. The fourth thing which I can remember is about the surveying of forest. It is done with help of resource sat, that is satellite used by ISFR. So these are the four things which I can think of, sir.
Uh, Deforestation is a problem faced by the world. Uh, what is the status for your state of Maharashtra on this issue?
So regarding the status of deforestation issue, sir, deforestation is definitely a problematic issue regarding Maharashtra also and all over India. So the status of deforestation specifically in Maharashtra pertains to encroachment of the forest area. Specifically in urban cities like Pune, we face the problem of encroachment in forest areas, and for the developmental activities also it is used. So the diverted land of the forest area and the other fallow land which doesn't come under forest, it causes deforestation. And regarding the replenishment of the forest, I think that the scheme of Maharashtra government started in 2016 of plantation of 33 crore trees. It is a remarkable step and it would be a game changer for Maharashtra, sir.
Question: if the fruit plantation is the policy of the government, is it covered under the forestation?
Fruit plantation. The fruit plantation activities per se in the forest areas, they are covered under forest department, and it comes under specifically the social forestry department of forest area.
Can we say it is forestation?
Sir, it may be regarded as forestation till it is in forest area, but in other civil areas it comes under social forestry division, sir.
Any activity, you have a hobby of backyard gardening, or apart from that, whether you have taken a part or active participation in any this kind of activity which can increase the forestation?
So regarding the plantation drive, I specifically have not participated in any major event, but during college days when we used to contribute in various activities, indirectly I contributed there.
We have heard about Chipko Andolan.
Yes, sir.
What is it?
Sir, Chipko Andolan as a concept, it started in early 18th century with the contribution of Amrita Devi Bishnoi in Rajasthan area. So she protected the khejri trees there from the encroachment or the drive by the local king. Later, it reflected in Uttarakhand, that is Alaknanda Valley. It was carried out by Honorable Sundarlal Bahuguna. So after that, recently also in Pune, we see the Pune Chipko Andolan, sir.
What will be your initiation if you have been offered the job? What will you do for the betterment of the biodiversity development in the India?
Sir, specifically in forest service, I find that the main problem is that we miss the glamorousness in forest service or the environmental cause. So for conservation of biodiversity, I think that there should be need to increase glamorousness with help of involvement of more people. So the people's participation is the core issue which can contribute to better conservation of biodiversity, and it is also included in our Biodiversity Conservation Act of 2002, sir.
Any developmental model in your area which you have observed, can appreciate it and follow it. Can you comment upon any developmental model?
Sir, specifically talking about my hometown, I find that Baramati, coming from a rural background, and also it is specifically an arid region. It is in a rain shade area. So the afforestation drive there, also development of new projects like the Chinkara Sanctuary, which is in Morgaon. Second thing is about the recently proposed the butterfly park. So these all things which I think is that a model of sustainable development, and I find that it can be replicated in other areas also. So that's the model, sir.
There is a conflict always between the development and the environmental issues, and therefore government has a policy as per the norms. Every developmental project has to take a environmental sanction. You will work in the forest department and to protect the interest of the all these forest issues. If there is a conflict, how you will deal with? The government want to have any dam or any developmental project which affect the forest area which is under your jurisdiction. How you will tackle it?
Sir, first of all, about the developmental issues, I believe that there should be balance between both. And I think that development is a real development when it is a sustainable development. So we must go as per the procedure mentioned in various laws and rules of government, starting with environment impact assessment of any specific project area. It should be done so that we understand the environmental impacts of the specific project. Also, the social impact assessment should be done. So until and unless we do social impact assessment, we can't understand how it affects people also there, and we can develop a specific trust between people and government. It is seen lacking regarding the Barsu issue in Maharashtra also, and if it's done, moreover by involving people, it will help in better way, sir. So that's what I think I can do.
Many times we say that damage is compensated. Can the environmental damage be compensated by monetary?
So regarding the compensation of environmental damage, it's done under CAMPA Act 2016. So the main problem, as you mentioned, is that the compensation activity, it takes place as we cut the mature trees, but during plantation we definitely plant the smaller trees, and the carbon sink which it has developed, it is not compensated. But if we see a long term effect, and as mentioned in CAMPA Act also, we often multiply the cut trees with help of the newer trees. So it's not equal to equal compensation, but if it's maintained for long.
Only if that compensation may be compensated by the money.
Sir, with help of money, the afforestation activities will help compensation, but specific money will not help, sir.
What was the contribution of Lord Baden-Powell for the environment?
Sir, Lord Baden-Powell specific, I am not aware of the environmental contribution, but with help of his activities in Bharat Scouts and Guides and starting of the Scouts and Guides movement, it has definitely contributed to discipline through from my experience, sir. So the basic concept of Bharat Scouts and Guides is to imbibe the discipline in the school students or the younger generations. So with help of specific activities, like camping, which we used to do in our school days. It has definitely helped us in imbibing discipline and bringing more to the younger generations and to the society as a whole. So,
Okay, Pranjal, you said at the very beginning that you come from a very renowned town, Baramati. What is it renowned for?
the starting from the renownedness of Baramati, it's specifically a development model, as said by many news reports and also famous people of India and the world. So, starting from the infrastructure development in Baramati, from the educational field also, the research field also, it is well developed. Second thing is that the development of cooperative industry, it has contributed to economic development of people in Baramati. Third thing which I find is that combination of all these and the involvement of the parallel infrastructure which is required for holistic development of any society is present in Baramati, and the connectivity also has contributed to its development, sir. So it's a developmental model for Maharashtra, I would say.
And who is the famous politician whose name we heard here from Baramati?
Sir, he is Sharad Pawarji, sir.
And which party did he form?
Sir, NCP he formed.
Okay. Recently, NCP lost its national party status. You must be aware. So, how does a party get this status? What are the criterias?
The national party status, it is given by Election Commission of India. Specifically, the criteria for national parties, first of all, if it's a state party in 4 states, it's one of the criteria. Sir, currently I am not able to recall the other criteria, sir.
You mentioned Project Cheetah, so recently launched. Where did it begin? In which national park is it being?
It began in Kuno National Park of Madhya Pradesh.
And are you aware of the other sites that were under consideration for initiating the?
Sir, specifically, Naura Dehi National Park was also under consideration, and one of the national park in Rajasthan state, it was also under consideration for it, sir.
Actually, there were 2 from Rajasthan, but well, what is the current status, you would say, of the Project Cheetah that's ongoing?
Sir, current status of Project Cheetah, first of all, we are able to introduce specifically 20 cheetahs. So it's on a good note. Second thing is that recently we saw the birth of 4 small cheetahs, of the 4 new cheetahs in Kuno National Park. That is also a good note. They are well coping with it. But there are some challenges also. Currently, we saw the death of 3 cheetahs due to multiple reasons. So that's a problematic thing, and it's going to be a long-term study for reintroduction of any other species worldwide also, and in India also, sir.
From where did we get these cheetahs?
Sir, 12 of the cheetahs we got from South Africa and 8 from the Namibia, sir.
Have you heard that India is supporting Namibia's resolution that trade of ivory should be allowed for captured ivory? So, would you say that India is reneging on its pledge of wildlife conservation in global standards?
Sir, there were definitely allegations against India because it abstained from voting against the trade of ivory in the recently conference of parties of sides. But I think it's not more of the bilateral issue, or it's not a quid pro quo, because currently India is liberalizing the wildlife issues also in India. As we see the recent amendment of Wildlife Protection Act, it has allowed to some extent use of elephants for the religious purposes under section 43 of Wildlife Protection Act, the recent amendment as it stated. So as a policy, India is changing its stand regarding the liberalization of the wildlife issue, but also it is also contributing to the conservation of the species by moreover contributing to other focus areas of the wildlife conservation, sir.
What would you say are the challenge of afforestation by plantation that we were talking about, social forestry, and plantations that are carried out by the forest department. So, as sir was asking, is that sustainable? Is that a good model, or what are the challenges associated with it?
So specific to the challenges of the afforestation, it starts with the use of species. So moreover, the indigenous species or which can adapt to the changed climate. So if they are not preferred, that's the main problem of earlier used afforestation activities. Second thing which I can think of is regarding the availability of funds. As we see in the recent budget outlay, environment department or the environment ministry, it has merely 3000 crore. The huge India and its expanse, I think the 3000 crore budget outlay, it may not be sufficient. Third thing which I can think of is regarding the problems in forest department. The problems in forest department pertains to the management of the ground staff also, and management, it should be more or decentralized. Fourth thing is participation of people. Until and unless the afforestation activity, it's done in with help of participation of local people, the long term conservation of trees, it happens to be difficult, because in sapling stage they are protected, but in later stage if they are not protected, it's not long term. So these are the major problems, sir, with afforestation.
Have you heard of the quotation, ecology is permanent economy?
Sir, actually I have not heard it.
You mentioned one of the very famous activists of green movements in India a while back, Dr. Sundarlal Bahuguna. He said that. Can you explain it?
Sir, can you please? Sir, I will think for 15 seconds. Sir, ecology, as we see, we happen to live in a mutual environment, that is, it's a codependence. So during this coexistence with environment, ecology helps for our survival also, and also dependency and increasing our economy. As we see in the recent past, there is increase in climate change issues, and also different issues with respect to the imbalance in the ecosystem. So long term conservation of ecology, it will help in development of our productivity. It will tackle the problems of climate change, like with help of carbon sink, development of carbon sink. And thus, if productivity increases, if carbon sink is developed in better way, it will help in contributing to economy. So that's what I can infer from the particular statement, sir.
Sustainable development, who gave that term?
So sustainable development, as per my limited knowledge, it was coined during the Brundtland report release.
Sir.
So, we are from Baramati and we already to Baramati is a very renowned place. So, are you aware about some of the export infrastructure facility which is available in the Baramati?
So regarding the export infrastructure facility, there is export infrastructure facility of the fruit sellers organization or fruit production organization in Baramati. It's in APMC. Second thing is regarding the wine industry, which has developed in recent years. Third thing is regarding the sugar industry, is also.
No, I'm asking about export industry, export facility.
Regarding the recently, Alfonso mangoes are also exported, sir, from Baramati.
State government has started a facility in your village only.
Yes, sir.
So you participated for underprivileged children in school sunset. So what were the activities that you have undertaken in that school sunset?
Sir, in school Sansad specifically, it was a model parliament to teach the school students how the parliament works. So they were designated as MPs and we were their mentors. So they had to plan a budget. So it helped them to understand how the money comes and goes from the government, and efficient use of money for specific projects was done by them. So our mentoring helped them to understand the specific concepts of budgets and the regarding concepts.
Okay. So you very novel idea, I must say. But do you really think India, as envisaged as a parliamentary democracy, where MPs will have a major role in
selecting the PM candidate, selecting the priorities of budget and all. But we are becoming more and more like a presidential thing. So why we don't adopt a presidential system? So why you feel parliamentary system is more relevant, or what is your opinion?
Sir, India being a diverse country, there is the need of parliamentary system in India because various voices they need to be represented in India. This is the first thing. Second thing, which was thought by the then Constituent Assembly, was regarding the issue of the development of demagogic sort of leadership, which can be prevented with help of parliamentary system because multiple opinions come. Third thing, which was regarding the plurality, which was preferred by the Constituent Assembly, the pluralism which parliamentary system promotes and which it develops, it helps in balanced decision making and also laws and policies. So it's not a one-man show. So that is what makes parliamentary system more or beneficial or suitable for country like India, sir.
Okay. So do you think the Anti-Defection Act prevents MPs or MLAs from expressing their opinion or dissent freely? As you have said, in parliamentary system, we tend to listen to different opinions, and so pluralism is possible in decision making. So do you think Anti-Defection Act is anti to this dissent? So MPs may not able to express their dissent freely because of Anti-Defection Act. What do you think?
So regarding the anti-defection law, yes, sir, there are some constraints regarding the expression of opinions per se with help like the voting mechanism or the whip issued by specific parties. It prevents them from the dissenting opinions. But I think parliamentary democracy is not only about the voting mechanism and specific working of house. It is moreover related to functioning of parliamentary committees also, sir. Like in various groups and committees, the specific MPs without the sanctions of their parties, they can definitely express their dissents also, their opinions also. It forms a better laws, and also the anti-defection law, it prevents or it strengthens the party system, which is core of the parliamentary democracy in India, sir. So it definitely makes the balance.
So recently, the elections of one important NATO country are in news. So can you name that country? The election will be held within few days.
Sir, I'm not aware about it, sir.
Turkey. It is. So about NATO, do you think NATO is relevant?
Sir, regarding the relevance of NATO, first of all, the NATO, it was in many problems before the Russia-Ukraine war, or its relevance was questioned many times by the then president of USA also and the president of France also, sir. So definitely there were problems about the funding, about the contribution of troops, etc.
What is your opinion about relevance of NATO in present?
In present geopolitical terms, NATO has become more or relevant because it is helping Ukraine in solving crisis, or moreover, it has helping Ukraine to sustain the war. So it has increased its relevance, sir, in current days, as we see from last.
As a product of Cold War, so Cold War is over. So NATO is relevant.
Sir, the Cold War is definitely over, but the global order, it has entered a disorder stage. We can say, or Cold War 2.0, it has started, as is definite. It is often quoted. So it has more or increased the relevance of NATO, sir.
Okay. So can you tell me what is the tripwire force?
Sir, sorry, sir.
Tripwire force.
Sir, so I am not aware about it.
So sir has asked, and you very well told that deforestation in Maharashtra has been tackled by planting of 33 crore trees under the initiative taken by government of Maharashtra in 2016. So how effective that initiative was, and what is the present status of that trees?
Sir, definitely there were questions about the 33 crore plantation work, and there were many allegations also regarding it, sir. But as per the recent report of Forest Department of Maharashtra, it has crossed the 33 crore mark, and currently it has planted, or it has reached 52 crore tree plantation starting from the 2016 till 2022, sir. So I would say it has been a bit successful, sir.
So, in this regard, can you tell me the difference between tree cover and forest cover?
Sir, forest cover, as per Indian State of Forest report, it refers to the area of land with greater than 1 hectare and greater than 10% of canopy area. And regarding the tree cover, it refers to area irrespective of the canopy density, it's less than 1 hectare of land, sir.
So, this plantation of 33 crores of trees has increased tree cover or forest cover. Any data is available on that?
Sir, I'm not aware of the specific data regarding it, sir.
Okay. Last question from me. Do you know who Salim Ali was?
Sir, Salim Ali was a famous ornithologist, and his contribution in bird research, it has specifically helped develop the ornithology department or the branch in India, sir.
Okay.
So, what is 92nd Constitutional Amendment Act?
Sir, 92nd Constitutional Amendment Act, as I remember, is regarding the 2003 amendment in the anti-defection law.
Oh, no issue. That is 91st. No issue. What are the issues of human right violation in forest, specifically for women? In your opinion, what are the issues of human right violation for women in forest areas? I'm talking specifically about forest areas.
So regarding the human right violation in forest areas, specifically it is regarding the not encroachment, but the developmental activities. As we often see during the developmental activities, the tribal people or tribal women, they oppose the developmental activities. So the human right violation often happen in such cases from the government side, and also the developmental associations or organizations.
Recently, a very famous AI tool, ChatGPT, is in use, right? So, how will you use this ChatGPT effectively if you made a forest officer?
Sir, ChatGPT specifically is AI. It generates responses on basis.
Now, how will you use?
We'll use ChatGPT firstly regarding the communication or the automation of the communication which we do in forest department. It can be automated with help of initially fed commands. So the better management of people or human resources in forest department can be done with help of ChatGPT. Second thing is regarding the specific solutions can be also found with help of ChatGPT, as it can be used in various governmental activities. Third thing, it can be collaborated with the local languages. Often we see the tribal people.
Have you heard about Jaitapur?
Yes, sir, Jaitapur.
What are the major crops grown in Jaitapur?
Sir, Jaitapur being a coastal area, I am not aware of specific crops, or I am not sure. But being a coastal area, there might be coconut plantations there. There might be mango plantations, cashew plantations.
What is the basic, I would say, environmental differences between Jaitapur and Barsu?
Sir, I am not aware of the environment.
Have you heard about Madban?
No, sir, I am not. But sir, I can guess about it.
Yeah.
Sir, I think it is related to the mad tree, often referred.
It is in Konkan itself, right?
Yes.
Right. Fifth schedule and sixth schedule are very specific and very, very important for forest. What are these related to?
Sir, these are related to scheduled and tribal areas.
Which is for scheduled area, which is for tribal area?
The fifth schedule, it is regarding the
Scheduled area and scheduled tribe. And sixth is related to tribal area. So out of these two schedules, which has autonomous district, fifth or sixth? Have you any idea?
Sir, I am getting confused regarding it.
No issue. What is definition of minor forest produce?
Sir, the definition in law, I am not currently able to recall, but I can.
For examples.
Sir, the minor forest produce examples include honey, the katha which we definitely get from the Acacia nilotica tree and Acacia other species.
And what are major forest produce?
So the major forest produce specifically refers to timber species, timber part of the forest, sir.
Which is the most important timber produce that we export from India?
So the teak specifically. Teak.
What are the types of teaks that are available in India?
Sir, I'm not aware of the types of teak, sir.
That's all from me. Last question.
Pranjal, what is the meaning of your name?
Sir, it's a sandhi of Sanskrit origin, pra plus anjal, and in Marathi it means honesty or simplicity. Yes.
What is this specialty of today's? What for today's day known for?
Sir, today is 14th of May. Sir, I'm not aware of today's specialty.
Today is Mother's Day. Can you give 5 examples of the things or the symbols to whom you can give a state of mother?
In society, sir?
For you.
For myself.
Yes. To whom you can give the status of mother?
Sir, definitely my actually mother also I can give. Second thing is to my elder sister. She is a motherly figure for me. Third person I would refer to is one of my school teachers, which I revere. Fourth person, which I would say I can accord the status, is a recent mentor of me, Savita Tai, which we call her. So, sir, these 4 persons I can.
Other than person?
Sir, definitely the nature which helps us grow and sustain the life on earth. Nature can also be accorded as Mother Earth is also definitely.
Good. Have a nice day.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day, sir.